The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
I came into Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments not knowing exactly what to expect. I'm not a huge fan of detective games, and even more so, not of anything with Sherlock Holmes in it. Yet, I came out of playing this pretty happy and satisfied. Despite the game being a sequel in the series, I was able to learn the main characters quite quickly.
Blindfolded.
Watson, quiet please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is. And it's a good...
The smart and collective Sherlock Holmes is out and about solving crimes and murders once again, using his extraordinary ability of being able to piece things together and noticing very small details. It was surprisingly fun in the form of a video game.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
As you would expect, the game is about observing crime scenes and having dialogue with witnesses and suspects, and using the evidence you find to come up with answers.
A terrible way to die.
Holmes' unique abilities come into play here, giving you different tools to find clues. He has the ability to look at objects and surroundings in focus, to find finer details to place conjectures upon, which can lead to some answers, but most likely more questions.
These boots don't match the footprints.
He can also do the same with interrogations or conversations, taking a look at a person's appearance or clothing to garner an idea of who the character is. The most interesting, but sometimes most confusing skill of Holmes's is his deduction ability. Using clues he has found, he can piece together information to find solutions and ideas of what to do stepping forward. You do this by matching clues together in a certain way. But this can end up being confusing as some clues that really seem like they should be paired together aren't accepted. After enough clues are combined in your deductions, you get to decide who the prime suspect is, and in the end, the guilty party. You're giving a moral choice on what to do with the guilty, either to condemn or absolve them. I like the amount of choice you are given. It really feels like you're making a choice here and not being forced into some type of narrative loophole. After the choice is made, you get the ending of the case along with a screen that allows you a few options. Either to continue forward, see if your choice was correct, or to replay your save to pick a new guilty party.
It was John Nelligan, Inspector.
I thought as much, but I failed to see his motive.
Honestly, it's pretty easy to tell if you made the wrong decision, because if you did, the cutscenes are really unsatisfying. Which is sort of a bummer. All endings should be satisfying, regardless if your choice was right or not. The ability to repick your decision is a really nice touch to make me feel like I'm getting the entire experience without having to tediously replay the game. And trust me, some of these endings are really worth seeing. You'll sometimes run into little mini-games and puzzles that take on different styles to continue through a case. While some of these are fun, others can sort of drag on. At any point in time you can skip them, so you don't really have a sense of being challenged. If the puzzle proves to be too much for you to figure out, there's no hint button, so you're forced to skip and not get any type of satisfaction. It takes anywhere between 2 to 4 hours to complete a case, depending on your skill at doing so. So expect a slow and steady pace of gameplay, yet at the same time, the game atmosphere really complements that. Holmes' discreet attitude reflects on the simplicity of the time, along with the importance of dialogue, makes a nice, slow, relaxing ride as you solve murder cases. If you ever get lost on what to do, or if you ever just need a refresher on something, the menus really have you covered here. All information, including stuff about the clues, objectives, and even scripts to previous conversations, are all held here for you to reread and indulge upon in your needing. This is really useful if you have to put the game down for a week or so, but don't want to feel like you have to restart the entire case to get an idea of what's going on.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
While the game's graphical detail and environments aren't anything to scoff at, they certainly aren't the console's best. The level of detail on the faces of the characters, even though sometimes they may lack emotion, is very high. You can see the blemishes and all these different things on the faces. It's actually really impressive.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
The loading screens are also really nice as well. They usually have a visual of Holmes in his carriage, and you can even pull up information and do deductions while waiting. This is truly innovative and what I would consider a next generation loading screen. The issue lies that sometimes you'll get a small loading screen between cutscenes or during them that really cuts up the tension.
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Overall, Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments is sort of an unexpected gem and has a lot of polish to it. If you enjoy crime solving, or if you enjoy Sherlock Holmes as a character, you're really gonna like this one. The game lies between $40 and $50 depending on your console of choice, but the content and the game quality is here to support that price. So there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving the video a like, sharing it with your friends, and commenting your thoughts. What do you think about Sherlock Holmes and Crimes and Punishments? This has been Zebra. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.